Okay, before we get started, I want to get one thing out of the way. If you have a budget of just $20 to $30, like an extreme budget, and you want a nice pair of earphones, these are amazing. Let me just get that out of the way, because as I sit here with my tiny little cakes and my little cappuccino, having the time of my life, and discussing the intricacies and the fine things about the sound, I think a little perspective is required. I will still talk about this, and I will still tell you that I'm not totally happy with this, but ultimately at that budget, it's still a very, very good IEM. Oh, and before the end of the video, I will be giving away the Rum Audio Blues to one of my members, so stay tuned, watch to the end, and let's get back to the video. Now, this is the Tangzu Waner 2, which you know if you clicked on this video. And I remember when I had reviewed the Waner 1 or the 7Hz 1, I was blown away that you could get this sort of thing for this price point. Man, I wish I'd got my sunglasses. Ooh, it's sunny out here. They were amazing. And I think what's happened is both of them have gone on a similar trajectory with version 2. Let me explain. So when you take these out of the box, the first thing you'll notice is that the shell seems to have become larger. And I don't think I'm the only one who's observed that. It is huge now. And it's weird because I got the transparent one. If you look inside, there's a lot of empty space. I really don't think it needs to be this big, but it is. And that, combined with the already wide nozzle diameter, although not the widest by any means, means that it has a little bit of trouble fitting in my ear. I mean, I can fit it in my ear. It's not the most comfortable thing, but it often slips out. Combine that with the fact that it comes with these two types of tips. One is this black tip that I have here, which I prefer, because the other one, the sort of clear, semi-clear tip, it just slips out of my ear all the time. I cannot get it to have a good seal and to remain in my ear, so I just can't use it. So whenever I'm talking about anything, I'm talking about it with respect to the black tips. There's not much else to the IEM. You don't get a case, you don't get anything else, which is only fair. It's single dynamic driver, super budget IEM. Now, what I will say is when it comes to the bass, it's very similar to the Tangzu Waner 1, which is a good thing. It's warm. Oh my god, I'm sweating. Good lord. I should go inside, but inside is like a lot of people, so outside is better. I'll just sweat it out for you guys. Okay, the Waner 1 and the Waner 2 both have this semi sort of warm bassy signature, not overly done, not like a super V shape, but pretty nice, very well controlled. It's nice. If you want something bassy, if you want something that's still tight and well controlled, I think in the budget segment, this is extreme budget segment, this is still very, very nice. My problem is with the mids and the highs. And the mids are not bad per se, it's just they feel forced now, where in the old one they had a little bit of flavor, but that was a welcome flavor because it was a nice change from anything Clinical was tuning, from the 7Hz, from anything Moondrop was giving us. It was this sort of lush vocal forward mids, which I really liked. Some people would say it was bordering on being a little huskier, a little honkier, but I don't think so. I think it was really, really nice. This, on the other hand, does feel huskier and honkier. And I think if you look at the frequency response, you'll see that they've actually shifted the pin again closer to the 2 kHz mark, which is a very odd decision. So there's the little spike you see around 3 kHz, that's normal. Sometimes 2.8, sometimes 3.5 kHz, but never this close to 2 kHz. And I think that's what's lending to the sound signature a very sort of husky, forced feel, which I'm not entirely sure I like. In fact, I don't like. It's not terrible, but it just doesn't feel natural anymore. And then to add to that is the treble. Okay, so I went through a bunch of frequency responses. I did my own frequency response measurement. Generally speaking, in the high frequency segment, with my kind of rig, which is the most common type of rig, you don't want to read too much into the highs. But even so, if you compare mine with all the other measurements, you'll see one thing very noticeable. Compared to the old one, the Waner 1, the Waner 2 definitely has more treble emphasis. And not only that, it's got sort of uneven emphasis. And this you can actually hear, because even to my ears, just listening to it, the old one sounded more effortless and nice, and maybe for some people it was a little bit on the darker side, because some people like a little more treble, but it was nice and even and effortless and transparent, meaning that it was a smooth frequency response. The minute you have lots of jagged spikes and whatnot, you'll hear the treble, because the overall treble is there, right? Like in the new one, but you can tell that it has sort of spikes and valleys, because it doesn't sound so transparent and effortless. This is the best way I can describe it. And that's what the Waner 2 has become. So on the one hand, vocals have become more strained, more husky, more slightly honky perhaps. And on the other hand, the treble has on the one hand increased, which I'm not a big fan of. I think it has a little too much treble now. But also, it's just not that effortless. It's not that transparent anymore. So I think they've kind of gone backwards. They had a winning formula. They had a really nice frequency response that was good in almost every single way, and they had their little flavor. It was beautiful. All they had to do was improve on it. Maybe make the shell smaller, the nozzle smaller, maybe, I don't know, change the drivers to have something with a little less distortion. Those would have all been fantastic improvements. But what we have here is an experiment. And I think, in my opinion, at least for my taste, this experiment didn't quite work out. Now, compound that with the fact that there is a lot of competition now. There's a lot of sub $50 IEMs, sub $30 IEMs that I think vie for your attention, and you've got a little bit of a problem for Tangzu. This is still a very good IEM, let me just remind you. For the money, this is still very, very nice sound quality. Really well tuned, way better. I've heard a lot worse. A lot worse. For those of you who are members and who have patiently waited till this point, I am giving away the Rum Audio Blues. This is now belonging to this person. So get in touch with me on Discord and tell me where to send it, and I will ship it to you. Thank you for being a member. The rest of you become members. It's $1 a month and you get giveaways. $3 a month. I still haven't done the bigger, more expensive giveaway, but I will. I'll see you in the next one. Stay happy, stay peaceful, stay colorful. Namaste. My goodness, it's... Okay, the sweat thing you're not supposed to do on camera, but screw it. It's how it is.